Just gonna line up these windows a sec. And then send out some notifications that I'm live. That should be it. Oh. Yeah, we'll do the Q&As in a sec. I'm kind of not really ready for that just yet. Right. Hello. Just gonna quickly... Oops. Gonna fall off the edge, that would be very bad. Oh, it's a good day, guys. Happy Tuesday, how are we all? You wouldn't believe the amount of static that goes into these streams, I swear. It's absolutely crazy. Oh. Oh god, my laptop's trying to make sure that it's me. I'm wearing a VR headset. Good luck, mate. It's not gonna work. Oh god. Oh no, now I'm in the bay water. It's no good. Just go in here. I think we're okay. Nice, there we go. Tile left, so... Perfection. Right, let's keep an eye. Hello, Lulu. How you doing? I'm just setting up to go fishing. I'm currently streaming to, let me look, Twitch. Oh gosh, what else? Twitch, YouTube, Kick, X, and indeed TikTok right now, which is kind of fun. So my machine is under somewhat quite a lot of duress. I'm just going to get to this lovely ceiling. But how are you, Lulu? You okay? And hey, SJ. Cheese on toast is such a good idea. Honestly, I haven't had that since I was little. Like, cheese on toast with a little dab of Worcester sauce. It's just the best. It's really, really good. Yeah, I'm doing fishing today, so... I've got my trusty rod, so as the name of the stream implies, I am somewhat grinding for a new rod. There's a really nice, fiery rod that I quite like the look of, and it's 250,000 points. Well, I'm really, really looking forward to it. But I've got to grind. Apparently also, to get into the volcano here, I've got to catch a load of crocodiles and alligators, and I'm going to go hunting for diamonds. Apparently they're so... Crest, you're so excited. Okay, well, the only question is, no, how many rounds of toast are you going for? You know, there's a... There is a sweet spot. And I think when I was a kid, I used to eat a lot more, and I would definitely have 4 rounds toast. Oh, it's got a bit dark, guys. Let's see if we can sort this out. I have some toys for this. So if I go here, just drop that on. Okay, now we should be able to slap that just there, and I think that's okay. We got a bit of light now. I know, all these avatar customizations. Oh my goodness. Okay, 2 slices of toast. Yeah, I always remember it was 2 slices of toast under the grill. Do you know what I really love as well? Like, you know, like the way American grilled cheeses, they're a bit more unhealthy than the way we do cheese on toast. They tend to have a lot of butter in them. Like when we do cheese on toast, I think we tend to do just the cheese on the toast, right? But in America, they just smother it in butter as well. So you got butter and cheese, and it's just, it's a whole glob of grease. It's a little bit too much for me, to be honest, but you can counter it if you dip it in a bowl of, like, tomato soup. That's when it kind of makes sense. So I can get with that. Oh, thank you, Riley, for sharing the live. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. So... The other thing as well that I really like is I like cheese and sliced tomato on toast. However, here's the thing. Unfortunately, when you grill it all, the cheese melts to a nice temperature, a nice melty consistency. But I find that the tomato, on the other hand, just gets really hot. And when you bite into it, actually it's not that nice. It's kind of like, what's it called? It just turns into like hot, wet water in your mouth, and I don't like that. That's too much. Yeah, it's kind of revolting actually. But yeah. I started adapting to maybe doing like tomato puree instead, or maybe even a bit of like ketchup, because like you can't beat a bit of ketchup. But the question is whether or not you put the ketchup. Yeah, it definitely is. I think I would probably just put ketchup on afterwards, because the ketchup cools down the cheese a bit, and I think that's probably the sweet spot. That's the right temperature. Houses. Good stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you for the share, Riley. If I'm not following you already, I absolutely will after. That's really nice of you, thank you. First, well, Greg's is Greg's. Oh, speaking of which, said actually, I saw a few people running around in the Greg's Toffee Cup avatar. That's your avatar, isn't it? And they were getting all very excited about it. I don't think they realised it was yours. Or maybe they did, I don't know, but it was very funny. It was very, very funny. Like, people were getting very, very excited. Like, I think it was some Americans as well, which makes it even more special. But, yeah, tea is always a strong thing. I've been drinking mushroom coffee recently, which, so I get a lot of brain fog and I can't really concentrate on things. Oh, we've had a question come up. Can you guys see the question there? I hope so. Let's have a little look. What does it say? What's the food you make that people always ask you for the recipe? Honestly, when I cook for myself. I don't cook for other people. So that's a bit of a silly question. Okay, tea is very British indeed. In fact, and I don't fully understand the reasoning behind this, but tea is the reason. Tea is the reason for England colonising pretty much the whole world. And I can't remember the specifics behind it. Someone did explain it to me, but they said it was because we boil water to make tea. It didn't used to get very sick. Whereas, like, waterborne viruses are obviously a major, major threat to civilization. And bacteria. I always get confused between the difference between bacteria and viruses. But because we used to boil the water, apparently we used to kill off a lot of the viruses and bacteria before drinking it, which meant that we got to explore distant civilizations. I say we, the English, I'm sorry, I'm not technically English. Although, I'm sure in terms of hereditary, or whatever, that we're all a little bit English. Come on, there's only a slim border between the two countries. Our forefathers were probably naughty boys and girls. Oh, Duchess in gold. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I'm currently maxing out this computer now with Sony streaming services. I've got OBS running to do an overlay into VR chat. I've got Streamlabs running, which is then handling the input into Twitch, Kick, and YouTube and X. And then of course I've got YouTube and Live Studio on top of that, which isn't a very lightweight application, and Streamlabs isn't either, to be fair. And then of course I'm running this on top of it, so it's all... I think it's keeping up with it, but it's, yeah. It probably is struggling just a little bit. Very good. Very good. So this is a bit of a daytime stream, just as a celebration, because obviously I've got this week off work as well. And, yeah. I do have some things to try and build today. I'm starting to look at some VR chat scripts, so need to get my head into things like audio zones, and I think I've got the shader thing down pat. I think I've got some really nice shader effects that I've cooked up. Really want to bring some unique stuff to this ecosystem. Oh, hey Jess. I'm good, thank you, Carrot Sam. Hello Sam as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm great. Sam, if you're on Twitch, I'm keeping an eye on both the TikTok and the Twitch chat, but tonight, if you're interested in tuning in, I'll be broadcasting on Twitch for, let's say, 2 hours or more. and I won't be streaming to TikTok after that point. So please do follow me on TikTok, and I'm trying to invest more time and energy into audience participation games. So the APIs, the programming interfaces behind Twitch are really good, and I should drink a luck potion. I know that's a thing here. Let's just have a look. Where is it? Go to in the bag. We go to items. No, what's this? This is a luck potion. Let's drink that. Boost your luck for what? Boost your luck for 30 minutes. What's this? Speed potion. Boost your attraction rate for 30 minutes. Hey, let's use that too. Anything else? Should I eat this? Mysterious green gem. That's fun. And prisoner. Some help might be needed to free this person. I don't know what that's about. I'm backing away from that. Let's get back to fishing. Cool. Yeah, I'm really good, thanks guys. So just happy I've got some time off work finally, and it's unfortunately fallen right in the middle of quite a big project, but I've hopefully set out my team to carry it for the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh! Hello Sean, how we doing? You okay? Have you started the migration over to VR chat yet? They say it's bad news about Rec Room though. There's a platform I haven't used for a long time. Last year I did do a sort of like an hour-long stream on it, I think, and it was yeah. I didn't go back to it, put it that way, so I think, to be honest, the kids are playing Roblox now. I think it's all about trends, and people want to be where the people are, and right now Roblox is the hot biscuit. And who knows what it'll be next year. There'll probably be some fun new thing. Yeah. But no, I don't play Roblox, though I hear it's a lot better than my first impressions of it. Which, to be honest, is fair, because I know a lot of people's first impressions of Horizon Worlds were not great. And you can't convince people otherwise, but in fairness, it did have its weaknesses, but yeah, I got a lot out of Horizon Worlds over the years. Met some really great people, and I'm hoping this new chapter on VR chat. So far I haven't been into any public worlds, and I do speak to people who run public worlds, and they say it's a highly technical job. And to be honest, I've been running public instances for 40 years. I'm not sure I'm up to it. We'll see though. I may start dancing out into public spaces and seeing what it's actually like how bad it is. But I think it's like people have told me that it's running a public place in VR chat is like really difficult. And there's a lot of reasons I won't go into on live stream, but they are sometimes to do with crasher avatars, which there will be teams of people who will come in to try and bring your instances down. I don't like the sound of that. That sounds pretty disgusting. So I'm going to just keep things running privately. I think we have great people. We have great nights out. We meet with other teams and we just keep things locked down and private. So you have to know someone to be able to get into them. I think right now that works well. Just because there's hundreds of thousands of people on VR chat every day. Hundreds of thousands. Like this is a different ball game to Horizons. On Horizons, you had up to 2,000 people by the end. Up to 2,000 people versus 600 to 800,000 people on here. Wildly different numbers. And, yeah, you just can't leave the door open to everyone over here. It's a very different game. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sean. I've got a few worlds over here. There's only one that I actually built. And to be honest, that's due a rebuild. That's my current focus right now, or at least should be. Although, yeah, here I am in a bikini fishing. But no, I should be rebuilding the Lotus site properly, doing a proper job of it. And I've learned a lot to learn. There's so many different things you have to learn over here. It's easy to port across the Horizon world and plonk it in here and leave it go, and that's what I did back in August. It's very, very easy. That to actually build a world that sort of I feel would be fun to people in VR chat, that's very different. There are several options. Like I keep seeing a lot of templates of the same worlds appearing, and I've done it myself as well. You basically buy a template world off the marketplace. It's not too expensive, and then you just sort of tailor it to make it your own. And most people kind of do. They'll buy a place and they'll just put their logo all over it. Maybe they'll rip out some fittings, but yeah, it's there's a lot of ways to kickstart a building and a community sort of thing over here. But I would definitely say that if you have a community, most valuable piece of advice I can give you that is non-obvious, start a community and get to know other communities as well. You can create a community, I think, when you're on VR Chat Plus. I think that's right. I think that's a reserved feature. And that's good. The thing I like about VR Chat Plus is like finding we're actually paying for a service. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you look at Horizons, most people didn't pay for a damn thing. Well, that disappeared in a black hole, wouldn't it? What was the business model? But thank you, Sean. I'm hopefully going to come back with something really good. And again, what I'd like to do is build a place that other communities can host their own instances in. And we didn't do that back in Horizon Worlds. To quote a really good friend of mine, when you build a place in Horizon Worlds, you build it to run it yourself, right? No one else is going to be running it for you, unless you pay people to do that, right? And you run it as a single instance, pretty much. But in VR Chat, that's not the way it works. Basically, other communities will come in and create instances, and they'll manage those instances, and you don't have to pay them a thing. You just create a world that they want to use above all other worlds. And if you can do that, you're onto a good thing. So, yeah, very different situation over here. Like, obviously, building is optional. Some of the biggest social groups on this platform, I would say all of the biggest groups on this platform don't even have their own worlds. They use, like, other worlds that have been built by other people. And that's a big difference, which I think a lot of people don't really understand when they come over to VR Chat initially. Oh, hey, Zero, how you doing? Welcome. I'm keeping an eye on a lot of chat windows at the moment, trying to keep up with it all, but while fishing at the same time. Amazing. But yeah, it's only a short stream. I'm just trying to sort of test capabilities, just to see if I can stream to every platform at the same time in this world, and so far it's holding out. Yeah, but you know, unfortunately, Horizon Worlds it made a lot of mistakes over the years. I think, and I've said this before, like it started at 30,000 active daily users on average, and by the time they announced it was being deprecated, it was down to less than 2,000, which is the same amount of people that Outspace had when they announced that they were shutting. So yeah, and all these recent sort of like announcements, they were just confused people like Boz on bloody live stream saying, oh yeah, we're going to keep it open for the foreseeable. Well, yeah, I'm sorry mate, but what you're doing is you're taking bonuses off people, you're taking the ability for people to build or change existing worlds, and you're just basically going to force it to dry up. So I don't think the foreseeable future is particularly long at all. Like you look at all the communities that are still running over there, and they're probably going to keep going until, well, the bonuses stop, which is the end of April, and then they'll all be off. Oh, thank you for the follow, whoever just followed. Then missed that. Hello, LB73. Welcome. I'm not actually watching the multi-stream right now. I probably should. Sorry, I need to click across. Being lazy, guys. Well, nothing there. Okay, I'm only currently watching the Twitch and TikTok chats right now, so if anyone else is talking on any other channel, please do jump across to Twitch or TikTok. I am watching those. Yeah, I think that in the end of it, the only people that were that were using Horizons were either those who were making money from it, no, that's it. I think that's it. So as soon as you take the bonuses away, then the people running, oh no, sorry, there was a second category. It's people making money from it, or people who didn't believe it was actually ending, and they wanted it to carry on. And the problem is, as soon as, oh, what happened? 1st of July, is it, Stephen? I skimmed the article last night, but I did read that it was stopping. Gosh, 1st of July, that's soon, isn't it? But no, sorry, but I think the problem is the people who are resisting or not thinking it's actually going to end are only in really the social communities that are making a lot of money from the bonuses, and so as soon as they go, we're just going to hit them really, really hard. So we've got to be understanding to people. There's a lot of people really struggling with all this, and which is why I want to engage public commentary on like Instagram or anything. There's way too many hyped up people about this. It's like, yeah, people are going to believe whatever they've got to believe. But do what's right by your communities. Take them somewhere good. If it's not the chat, somewhere else. Hi there, A7A70. How you doing, mate? You right? And thank you for the follow, Chaddy. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm really, really, really good. Just doing some fishing. I'm trying to make some money, and I'm trying to unlock the volcano as well. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, by the way, guys, do you like my t-shirt? Look at my t-shirt. You guys see this? Look. Look. I've got to give you a bit of a zoom up, sorry. Is that cool? I know the wording's a bit crap. I may come back and redo that, but look. Isn't that neat, guys? Okay, so you might go, okay. Well, sure, I mean, there's not much on the back, to be honest. But for just kind of show you what we get here. Hang on. There's no, like, it's just a t-shirt. It's a typical t-shirt with just a standard design. There's nothing on the back, I'm afraid. Thank you. Honestly, guys, check my streaming schedule. I do this is a daytime stream, and I'm actually streaming it to a lot of platforms, but in the night we'll do Twitch, and we play games together as well on that. Like, last night I did a really late night stream. Thank you, Short. We did a really late night light stream. We do, was it GeoGuessr? I really love GeoGuessr. Literally, if no one joins the game, I'll just play it by myself, and then suddenly, like, people will jump on if they want to and play it with me. I think that's really cool. Also, does everyone like my new hair? This is new as of last night. Yeah, actually, I was running with a nice sort of like almost like an anime fringe cut, but I've gone for like a longer haircut now, which I really like. You can see on the back. Look, on the back, there's it kind of does the nice braided sort of fold there, which is, yeah. It's consistent. I like it. It's a hair by Sakura. Yeah. Oh, speak to you later, one. Good to see you, mate. I never speak to you enough, but I'm sure you'll stop by if you can. Busy man. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I like the flowy. I actually managed to get flowy on the crest version as well. You can actually see, like, there. I can't do any so grabby on the hair. But yeah, it doesn't. There's no grabbiness there, but it's, yeah. It is nice, and the bangs up the side as well. It really great, like, I don't know if you can see that, but so the way the texture's sort of really nice gradient. And I think it looks really good. I've tested it in a few different types of lights as well, but yeah, all good. Right, we must carry on fishing, guys. Come on, let's go. I'm actually ignoring the questions that are coming up as well. This is really bad. Like, by the way, when those questions come up, do feel free to chime in. They are meant for sort of everyone to duck into, for sure. Oh, and also, if you're not following me on Twitch, please do. I'd very much appreciate it. I'm trying to build my Twitch channel up, and I would very, very much appreciate it if you could. Thank you. I know we get a lot of great people on Kick, and I will always broadcast to Kick as well as Twitch. Twitch has some features which I'm interested in looking at. Like the audience participation bits. I really love that. Oh, a question? I'll read that in just a sec. Sorry, I've got a fish I need to catch, guys. Let's go. Okay. Right. Perfect. Thank you, Jenny. That was it. That was a channel catfish, guys. Oh yeah, I need to turn the thing back on. Sorry. Because I've got the TikTok, so I've got the TikTok stream on slightly narrowed view. It needs to be able to see me standing in the middle, so I have to get the camera to actually track me as I move around. Look, it's Yeah. Okay, let's carry on. Just to hit. It's all these things. I don't have a production crew, it's just me. And I'm streaming to like literally every single channel right now. It's pretty crazy. I should take a moment to open up multi-chat. Yeah, I should do that. Let me just work on that a sec. Sorry. Oh, I'll sit down. Right. So, because if I don't, what's going to happen is I'm going to be ignoring people on YouTube, and we can't have that. So, Dream Labs multi-chat. There we go. That way I can keep an eye on everyone at the same time. How amazing is that? Oh, I didn't even read the question. Oh, fair. Okay. That's another thing we're gonna have to do. Sorry, I'm really not prepared. Trying to sort his audio levels. What's the thing about being known by someone that's both comforting and terrifying? Oh my goodness. Yes, okay. We can do a spin. Although, this is the only free win you're getting. Oh no, there we go. Redeem to do a spin, okay. Sorry, that wasn't a free win at all, that was bought with channel points, so here we go, ready? Whoa, there we go, let's see again. Make sure I poop today. Rice? What the hell does that mean? I should say wraith. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing things. Thank you. Although, to be honest, my digestive system isn't normally that quick. And I haven't eaten yet either. Although I'm gonna have some spicy ramen noodles for lunch, I think. Actually, Jenny, have you made lunch already? That's a good question. Hey, Gordon. Welcome. Welcome. This is an earlier stream. Thank you for joining. Hi, Kyra Saunders. You okay? You had your sandwich. Oh, yeah, you did. Well, you had the amazing chicken burger. I kind of find... Do you know when you eat something that's, like, really nice, then you fancy it the next day? Kind of fancy chicken burgers again tonight, so... I haven't actually taken anything out of the freezer yet for dinner. I probably should do that. Yeah. In not too much time. Good stuff. Excellent. How are you doing today, Gordon? You okay? I'm just, Oh, thank you very much, Cairo. Thank you for the likes. That's wonderful. That does help the TikTok thing, I think. TikTok has a habit of kind of lying to me. It's sort of like... It says no one's watching, but I know there's a few of you watching. I know, actually, I've been awake for a little while, but I woke up, I got out of bed about midday, to be honest. And then I just sort of came on, I did some, I created a Quest version of this avatar, so good luck to all the Quest people. Good luck, that's not the right phrase. Good times for all the people who, are on Quest. You'll be able to see this avatar now. In slightly deteriorated form, but you'll be able to see it actually on here now with all the new hair. I am looking for a shorter hairstyle to flick to. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like a ponytail, or do you think like a bob cut? I have no sort of real opinions on this, but so I think ponytail's great, but the hair on this keeps cutting through the boobs all the time, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna be careful saying the B word, otherwise TikTok's gonna flag me. Apparently we can't talk about physiology on here, I don't know if that's true, but I've been censored for things like that in the past, but, yeah. I think Bob is it. Okay. I had a really nice Bob on a previous avatar that I really liked. I'll see if Sakura's got one, because I really like Sakura's hair, like Sakura and Nessie, and there's a few others as well that make really good hair. There was one called, Graves. Graves was one of my previous styles. And what I did was I actually wore two hairstyles, because I liked them both, but... when you combine them, they look great. But I wanted to get away from the fringe style, so... just for a bit. See, hair's fun, you can just change it. Yeah. Good stuff. You have a plan for dinner. Okay, Jen, what's your plan for dinner? Come on, out with it. And you're not eating me, by the way. Okay. As I said, I didn't need to type that in massive. Oh my goodness, what's this? What's that question? I can't even read that. Oh yeah, we got the Voldak. Oh, is it the Voldak Jen up today? Oh, nice. Oh, so we can have ramen for dinner. That's okay. I'm gonna have ramen for lunch as well. But I don't mind. You know me. I can eat the same thing like all day and not get like whatever. What's the thing about being in a place that's almost as empty, that has its own particular atmosphere? Place is almost empty. Oh gosh. Okay. I find when you go to places that, when we say empty, do we mean like people or do we mean like objects? I don't know. What's that? What does that mean? Bacon bits. Okay, we'll do some bacon bits. Oh yeah, carbonara. Hey. Rotating people. I think when you go to a place that doesn't have people, you start hearing other things. You start hearing the gentle hum sometimes of certain environments where you can hear very, very distant things. They always say that you can hear so much better at night, and that's because there's just not as much life going on, if that makes any sense. Like most things are asleep at night. Things like crickets, for example, tend to wake up during these sort of dusky hours, so you tend to hear them. But in terms of like, in terms of empty places, I think you definitely share things that perhaps you wouldn't otherwise. I think that's the important thing. I'm just going to do something a second. Turn on the autofocus and see if that looks brilliant. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Yeah. There you go. Hi, Ali. How you doing? Okay, oh, a golden fish. I've got a golden fish. Well, it's a gold category fish. Or yellow, depending how you look at it. Is there something gold and yellow? Like gold's just shiny. Yeah. Oh, nearly caught. Oh my goodness, look at this. I just bought I got a giant gharial. You guys are not seeing what I'm catching. Look at this. This is incredible. It's a massive, like, crocodile type thing that's just swinging. Okay, sit that in the bag, we're good. I just realised you guys are not seeing what I'm catching. I need to show off a bit more. Let's do it. What? Very good. Nope. Oh, it's another gold category fish. See, I swear people are winding me up because they're saying I need to capture a crocodile. But I haven't seen a single crocodile. I've seen lots of these gharial things, but I'm not convinced they're crocodiles. So either I'm in completely the wrong place, which is possible, or I don't know what's going on, which is also possible. And apparently there's a volcano range here somewhere as well. I think it's on one of the other islands. Apparently there's 2 diamonds that I've got to find, and then there's one I've got to buy. So I'm not quite sure. I really like this question prompt thing down the bottom. I think it's a little bit like Hot Seat, but it's like without forfeits. I think it gets the conversation going a little. Yeah. I mean, I can't ignore it if I want to. It's just to keep the conversation flowing when my brain starts to run out of thoughts. So, yeah. Very good. Okay. Oh, it's a tiny little frog, look. Perfect. Ah, poor frog. Okay. how much cash I've made. Let me just put that thing down. What's it say? Well, that's a good point, actually. I need to also, before I check that, I'm going to run down to the auto pet. So we have this thing called an auto pet, which does a lot of catching of things, fish and other things. And when we click, that's got a lot of stuff. You have to kind of empty it out every now and then. And then that's extra bonus fish for us. So bear with me, I've just got to check. Now if I go into the rest of the sell screen, how much have I got? Okay, I've got like 70,000 credits worth of inventory, which is good, but I need to check through it and see. I need to get rid of this Windows full if I can. There we go, perfect. Okay. Oh, sorry, I left you back there. It's too far away. Oh, a new question. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Just gotta leave that line do its thing. So what's the question? Oh god, why am I over here? This is like the wrong place, sorry, I'm nowhere near any of my monitors. I get that camera out of my face as well. Yeah, it's no good. Okay, voila. Voila, here we go. So what's it say? It says, do you believe in something without being able to explain why? No, I'm really not, I'm not geared that way. Or at least, no, that's a difficult question. I can believe in things without having to understand how they work. But, for example, if someone says, hey, look at that octopus in the sky. If I look up and there's no damn octopus there, I'll think they've just lost their minds. That's pretty much it. Right. The rarest fish? I don't know. Well, you turn up all kinds of crap in this game, to be honest. There's like headless dogs. The next got a great white shark, but they're not super rare, I don't think. That's a tricky one to answer, because there's loads of little permutations, like you get cursed fish, which if you take the cursed fish to the church up here, and they can bless it, which turns its value into 3 times as much. It's a very, very good trick. We might have a look at that in a sec. In fact, yeah, we'll look at that after this catch. Because I've probably got some cursed fish. Okay, let's just leave that rod there, and then come on, we're gonna take a trip. So to get to the church, I think it's over here. Maybe, or might be over here. I think it's over here actually. Let's go. Okay. So, oh yeah, sorry about the lack of walking animations. I turned off my locomotion. So the church is up these slopes now. So we got a little ghosty dude in front of it. Oh, should we ban away? A bit rude. There's a guy who looks like he's playing Splinter Cell just here. Wonder what he's on about. Halt. Tracking a level 7 life form. Have I seen someone overly green? Copy that. So these little sub-quests that we get as well, which is quite nice. Okay, so if I jump in here, this is the church, okay? So here, we got this dude there. I have cursed fish. Okay, so I had one cursed fish, and to be honest, I've got so much in my inventory I don't even know what that would have been, but I think we were at 70,000 before, so I'm gonna have a quick look now what that could mean. Yeah, bag, sell. Oh yeah, not much will increase to be honest, it's still at 70,000, but if I had a very valuable fish, and that would have just tripled the value of it, which in some cases could be really, really cool, so, let's just get rid of that. This guy's still yakking behind me. Oh yeah, okay, let's go this way. Right. So you guys will find the volcano. I'm up for that. I'm up for finding the volcano. So I need to, oh! What is a little house down there? Oh, that's a shop. That's okay, so I think... Is this where I get the boats? Oh, wait. Oh, there's a bounty board, look, and I've caught a lot of these fish, so as I'm going up here, I'm hitting the turn in button, and I'm actually claiming the reward, so my money's just gone up quite a lot. I got like 100 G's for each one of those. That's really cool. Who knew? Okay. So here's a dock. Now I need to spawn my boat somehow. And I think it's over here. So, once again, sorry about the lack of leg motion. So, yeah, you can see boats over there, so... there are upgrades you can actually buy with, like, real money. Oh, there's a tiny little pond over here. I'm just gonna stick my rod into this. See here? Wooden. It's fine. Try. So... sometimes these little inland sort of like ponds can provide really interesting thingies. Oh, you guys can't see the it's a mini game. Oh, we've had a question. What comes to that in a sec? Oh, this is a tricky one. This is really playing with me. Yeah, the mini game is okay. My goodness, what the fuck is this? It's a gigantic manta ray. That is... it's really quite silly. It's so big. That's Mars. Oh my god. Yeah, and the bag. So that was going to be worth a lot of money, I guess. Don't know how much, but we'll come to that later. So we're going to go to the boat section over here, okay? So again, sorry about the lack of leg locomotion. It's just, I don't need that thing anymore. So we're gonna... No. And I don't want to buy these. No, I want to go to my garage. So in here there's oh, is she even... Great, so we now have our boats just parked at the end of the pier. So let's have a little look. Ready? Okay, this goes as my boat. If you've seen this. Hey, it's very pink and leopard print. Yeah, okay. So I'm leaving you there. And then I'm gonna have to go into the driver's seat on this. Now, mate, appearing to stand up, and that's absolutely okay. So the next place I wanted to go, and actually forgotten, volcano. Okay, so we moved to the volcano, so you should be sitting down to drive this really, but yeah. Here we go. Let's go. So I think I'm going over to this island. Sorry about the misleading standing thing. If I just kneel down, that'll at least make it look like I'm driving a boat. It's the problem with body trackers. They give the show away. Now, that's the starter island, so I don't want that. I think I want to head over to here. Strange whirlpool just over here. My goodness, what was that? Okay. So this is what a lot of people do when they play this. They'll come in here and they'll line up to these sorts of like whirlpools, which you'll see these little anomalies at sea. you get a certain limited amount of time. Oops. Oh yeah, I was holding down the trigger and of course it grew straight past it. But yeah, you get to see... Let's go turn this around a bit. Tight, there we go. Perfect, okay. There you go, you get these sorts of whirlpools, which, again, if I sort of, let's just stand up a sec. So if I just sort of, move myself over here, I should be able to let a rod, right? Now actually standing up right now, so my truck is on. I don't know if they're really showing this. Yeah, so here you go. Just kind of... No. And then you just kind of throw this... Oh, hello! There's, Yuki. How you doing, Yuki? Sorry about my slow response. I'm watching a few chat windows. We're currently streaming to, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and, X of all places. I'm looking at more platforms as well to go to, but this is the daytime stream. Nighttime streams are only on, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, I think. But yeah, welcome! Welcome and thank you very much for joining. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well, so you don't miss the later broadcasts. They're way better. The daytime ones are just me walking around yakking away, but we actually do audience participation stuff. Oh, someone just followed. Oh, Vinsorn, thank you very much for the follow. That's wonderful. So welcome to the channel. Sorry about the poor lighting right now, but we're just catching fish in a mystery whirlpool on a pink boat. Good morning, and how are you today? Thank you for the follow as well, Yuki. As I only really streamed to TikTok earlier in the day. It's not something that I do later on. Just because I can't be everywhere at once. And then Twitch allows me to do audience participation games, which works way better. Yeah. Instead of developing a lot of apps that work well to get you guys all interacting in different ways, like with channel points is one. On channel points, the more you watch my Twitch channel, you basically, for free, you just get these, like, tiger coins, right? It's a silly thing. And then you can use those tiger coins to make me, like, do a spin, or do star jumps, or squats, or whatever. Just silly things to break up the stream that give you guys a bit of a chuckle. And there'll be more things as well in there, like maybe there'll be certain types of dances, and they'll be more expensive. Been bummed? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Gold, see you later. You've been bummed? How come we've been bummed, Renton? I'm working up to go make myself some ramen, by the way, so definitely, guys, if any of you haven't followed me on Twitch, please do. I may do some other streams throughout the rest of the day. They are likely not to be on TikTok. They'll be on Twitch for sure. And also, I do like to give out free subs as well, because I know people don't like Twitch because it shows you adverts sometimes, but I don't want you guys to watch adverts, so I'll give you out subs instead, so that you don't have to. I know, how nice am I? Not all the time though, because it can get quite expensive. But stick around enough and you will pick up a free sub. Because I'm not made of money. But I do like to sort of give something back to people who support me. I think that's really important. And so I absolutely will, so expect free subs on Twitch. But again, you have to be on Twitch in order to get that. Can't just give it to you if you're not watching on Twitch. It keeps an eye on who's actually watching, and when I do throw out a whole load of subs, it'll target the people who've actually watched it. So, just life in general. The game used to play like, yeah, I read the news about Rec Room, man. That's crazy, isn't it? That's really crazy. Like, Rec Room is, to be honest, I played Rec Room when it came out. I was quite an early adopter with VR. And I remember when it got released, and then people were saying, it's really great fun. And even back then, it was kind of like, it was kind of for the kids. But, it was really, really well done back then. But I think they've probably, guessing, I think they probably lost a lot of market share to Roblox. Like, Roblox is another one I don't really play that, in my opinion, I think it's for the kids. I don't, people said that about Horizons though, and again, there were adult communities in Horizons, so I'm aware how wrong I can be about these things. Yeah, I know it did. It did. But, software platforms come and go, but keep hold of your friends. That's one thing I will say, because they all persist through all dimensions as every platform comes and goes. If some get, unfortunately, beat out of the market by, other competitors, that come in with sort of the different ideas that work. Like, who knew Fortnite was going to be as successful as it was? Like, when I first heard of Fortnite, it was an upcoming zombie survival game. And it sounded really cool. And I actually bought into the beta with that. And then it just turned into a battle royale simulator, which I say just. Don't get me wrong, that was how it got its massive market share, but it's not for me. That's not really the kind of game I play. PvP games are just not my style. I like playing games where people work together and come out of it feeling brilliant. Not like one person wins and everyone else just goes to hell. I don't like that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Rec Room Gen, last 24 hours, there's been a story. It was worth 3 point something billion or 35 point something billion. And I did post it on my Insta feed just in case anyone wasn't aware, but by that point the press had already sort of got the story. There were adult communities in Rec Room, I'm told, and they were just not easy to find. I think it was designed that way. It's like get kids out and all that. But yeah. Yeah, I think they will have informed. So, when Altspace went down, many years ago, like 3 years ago, yeah, people did start creating, Altspace avatars. I actually know a few people, who, did. And there's even Altspace worlds over here, so do expect that. But I think that the honouring of that is going to be left to, and best left to as well, people who actually played Rec Room who will now be looking for a new home to go to. And, you know, whether that's VR chat or whether they go to, you know, spatial banter. Banter's a good one. Banter's an up-and-comer, actually. Keep an eye on Banter. Lots of nice features in there. Or any of the other platforms that no doubt are going to sort of rise and try and, you know, attract people in. But I think you'll see them come over here and they'll be bringing a lot with them. And making sort of tribute worlds. And that's, 150 million players, that's crazy. I think, look, I briefed over the news article with that there when I found that, they said that they may have been valued at that, and they had the player base, but they just didn't find a way to profit off it. And one of the things, like, when I went into, Rec Room last year, I think, when I was checking out other platforms, one thing I found is I was going into various worlds, and a lot of them were just throwing clothing stores up in my face. I'm not even kidding you, like, even in Horizons, when I went into worlds, you'd go into worlds and there would be clothing stores in those worlds, which is fine. But to go into a world and have like an interface just slammed in my face right from the get-go, saying buy these clothes, that was not a good experience. Didn't leave a good impression. Yeah. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I think most of these platforms are looking for ways to monetize. I think VR Chat's done it right, you know. Like, VR Chat Plus is an optional thing, and you don't have to have it, but if you do, it does unlock some of the more premium stuff, like communities. And I think if you're serious enough to run a community on here, then you can afford the price. But also, and this is the other way they've done it, a lot of people who have come into here have got VR Chat Plus without paying anything. And they've done that by hanging out in the right communities, making the right friends, and just being good people. Yeah, but there's a lot of communities that give out VR Chat Plus subscriptions, and that's super important to note that it's not just a financial blocker that, yeah, if you can't afford it, that's the end. You know, you can actually, if you want to run a community, well, here's the rub. If you want to run a community, then you've got to be good with people. So if you're good with people, then you're going to find people who are going to be able to support you in that way. Yeah. I think that's important. But yeah. So I think I'm with Horizons, unfortunately, the demonetization's AIG. Yeah, I think Horizons did a similar thing, you know, like Horizon Worlds. Do you know what? I say this enough, and I haven't said it for a while actually on a live stream, but I'm going to do it now. So on my account, Meta basically dropped a big old flag on it to say I couldn't buy any more stuff from them. So I can't buy any credits in game. I can't buy any clothing. I can't buy any games off the Meta store. None. I've been unable to do that since last July. That's an absolute crock of shit. And all they keep doing is saying we've permanently disabled your what? And I'm like, why? And they're like, we can't tell you that. So, right? Well, why won't you open it then? They're like, we also can't tell you that. And I'm like, I've spent lots and lots of money with you guys. And you're basically freezing me out. And so I'm kind of like hoping the Steam Frame comes along and you know, with the Steam ecosystem, I've been with it for 20 years and I've never had a problem. And yet with Meta, I can't even buy stuff. They're like, well, you can take us to court. I'm like, I don't want to take you to court. Why would I take you to court to buy things from you? That's mental. Like, no, well, you can set up a new account. I'm like, you're basically telling me that you won't allow me to buy anything, but I can go and then set up another account. But that's still me buying things, so where is the line being drawn here? And then I said, can you transfer all my purchases across to the new account? Oh no, we can't do that. And I'm like, well, what is going on? And so I've basically thought, I'm thinking it's just because I've got a really old account with Meta, and something is messed up so bad and they can't undo the damage. That's what I'm thinking it is, but they can't tell me that. And they can't tell me that. And it's taken a year for them to get to that point. And it's absolutely disgraceful. Yeah, although there was a really good news article about Horizon Worlds actually. The 80 billion wasn't on Horizon Worlds itself. The 80 billion is on the headsets. It's on obviously enticing development teams, first-party development teams to work there and obviously paying them. And that's for the actual games you find on the store. Oh my god, a huge great white shark. That's a monster. So basically, and even sort of like the AI glasses as well. So that 70 to 80 billion figure is actually the whole Reality Labs thing. That's not just Horizon Worlds. I think Horizon Worlds is still a relatively small part of that, but it's still a lot of money. It's probably more than any other VR platform that's ever existed. That much, Mess has lost a lot of face and reputation, I think. Definitely. Like, I think a lot of people put so much time into Horizon Worlds. And I think even with the Meta platform as a whole, so here's the thing, a lot of first-party developers will have, third-party developers would have brought big teams together, they will have funded them, they will have developed games over the course of maybe, years, right? And then they go to put their games in the store, only to switch on their VR headsets and find that they've got, like, Jimmy's bloody Horizon World knockoff clone of, like, Gorilla Tag or whatever in there. And you're thinking, hang on, why is the product that I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building to try and make, many more hundreds of thousands of dollars on top of that on a store? Why am I being displaced with some piece of crap that's been made in 5 minutes on Horizon Worlds? And I can kind of see why there was a lot of anger on that one. It's difficult. I think, I was a Horizon creative, but I ran social spaces. I didn't really make games. But I think, is there a future in Horizon Worlds? Well, for mobile, we'll see. Jury's out on that one, but I think they're trying to compete with Roblox, and I'm not sure how well that's going to go. But I really wish everyone well. Oh hey! Oh my god, I missed loads of people on the chat on TikTok. Hello to Ori. How you doing, Ori? And Yuki as well. And also Mandalicious. Hello. And also Just Do It. Sorry guys, I'm trying to fish and keep up with my own thoughts and watch all you lot as well. But hello, welcome. Just a quick one. I streamed to TikTok in the day, but in the night I streamed to Twitch. I'm actually live on Twitch right now, so make sure you follow me on Twitch. We do really, really fun things in the evening. Yeah, like I said, this is just me chatting, chatting to a camera and fishing. Yeah. Ori B, oh my goodness, I remember you, hello! Well, definitely follow me on Twitch. My Twitch channel handle actually in the screenshot, although I'm probably contravening TikTok's T's and C's here by telling you to do that, because I'm driving traffic off platform, but no. I'm trying to see if there's an audience on TikTok, because I haven't really been prioritizing TikTok, so been sort of like, see, we've grown the YouTube channel to over like 30,000 subscribers now, and that's gone very, very well. But now I'm looking at Twitch, trying to grow the Twitch one, because I really haven't been prioritizing the Twitch one at all. And also TikTok, we did okay on TikTok, but then I sort of gave up with TikTok, but I'm coming back now. I'm going to try to hit them all. Yes, everyone had money and companies had resources. We'd all have file indexes. Yeah, I'm holding out for the Steam frame, and also we don't know what HTC are. HTC are an odd one, right? I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on them, but like HTC, to be fair, I've had good credentials in this space for such a long time, but I think it seems like with all the price caps and stuff, it seems like they're in trouble. I think the VR industry is about to go through a massive earthquake, and there's going to be a huge shake-up. That's what I think. And I think that we as customers are gonna win in this one, because we're gonna get a better quality product from the competition between all these different people. Like Meta currently has the leading edge, for sure, because they threw Oculus before them as well. They've prioritized on standalone headsets. The standalone headsets are incredibly popular. Like when we look at VR chat, for example, if I said there were like 60,000 people on during quiet time, 20,000 of those people would be on. I say up to 20,000 people are on MetaQuest headsets. That's mixed with some people who have maybe spent a bit more money, and they've gone and bought maybe HTCs, possibly, maybe even Picos, and it's hard to discern, but yeah, no, you're right. Speech to text, I don't use speech to text, I use WOCarta, so I'm very, very open about my usage of voice changes. I obviously get a lot of shit about it, but I think when you're playing a character, you do need to alter your voice, and I'm not talented enough to do my own vocal stuff, so I have to. But I don't use my voice changer inside VR itself, so literally the thousands of people that know me, they don't hear me speaking in this voice, they actually do hear my real voice. So, honestly, we've been doing this for years. But yeah, WOCarta is the one that I use. I got some help from a friend to set that up. But it's I'm not that smart. But yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Kind of crappy though. I kind of do it on purpose. I want people to know that I do this, because I want people to educate themselves. I think that a lot of people do use these technologies in these spaces, and I think people need to be aware of them. So, yeah. Hey, oh my goodness me, it's Nickeloctopus. Look at this, in the TikTok chat we've got Nickeloctopus. So Nickeloctopus, right? This guy is very, very hard to find. He runs around VR chat as a cat, but I actually knew him from Horizon Worlds. And Nickeloctopus is one of the most legendary people I've met in my life. So listen to this. So, he is one of the best, probably the best, violin players that I've ever known. And he used to come in just randomly and do live gigs in some of the bars that I helped to run or managed or whatever. And people would just stop and listen to him for hours. He was so talented. And since then, Nick has gone on to actually be a bit of a celebrity in South Korea. So when I met him, he was, I don't want to dox you, Nick, sorry, I'm going to be very selective with what I give out here. But when I met him, he was definitely in the USA. Oh, that's nice and vague. And then he, after some deliberation, then went to go and live in South Korea, where he's been on TV and everything. This guy's absolutely living the rock star life now. It's so good to see that. But yeah, hello Nickeloctopus. Wendy, I'd love to hear your violin playing. Again, he does actually go around various bars I hear on VR chat and actually plays his music. Hey, when I reassemble the Lotus over here at some point, which I've been saying that for 6 months, but when I do, hopefully it'll be soon, I'd love to have you actually play at that bar. That would be wonderful. We'll run it as a private instance, but good to see you again, Nick, and I hopefully I'll run into you. I don't see you so much these days. Yeah. Nice. You just bought a friend a headset. Well, that's very nice of you. Gosh, it's very dark here. Let me just turn up the lights a sec. Yum. Oh wow, that's super bright. I just lit up everything. I was going to the volcano. She was nice. Should we go? Yeah, let's turn that off and go to the volcano. So I'm gonna get back in the driver's seat here. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a little bit dark, but I promise you it'll get a bit lighter once we get there. So I don't know where the hell I'm sitting in this thing. Tracking is way off. So the volcano is inside here. Oh my goodness me, there's a Midas rift. Okay, we'll stop here. But stop here because Midas Rifts are quite rare. And they have some very, very valuable items. And of course, I'm trying to grind money at the moment. So this is what a Midas Rift looks like, okay? And it's very, very good. I think it's definitely like, Fish seems at first to be quite like a simple game, and it is. I think they've geared it really, really well. Like, when you first come in, it's very simple. You just throw the rod, you catch it. And to be honest, a lot of people are like, that's really boring. But when you start realizing that there's more islands, and that there's different areas of different fish, when you realize that all the things you can do, you can buy boats, buy paint jobs, there's loads of little areas that you can unlock. Like the one I'm trying to grind at the moment is the volcano. And so I'm making sure that I make a lot of money, because apparently I've got to buy a diamond. I think I've got to collect 2 diamonds. And then I've got to find 2 that are around the volcano. So finding them shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure we can do that. But I just do some more t-shirt designs as well about my avatar. It's got the toy rod this weekend. Oh, nice. I've got to save up for there's a really nice rod that I think is over in the desert place, like the sand dunes. And oh, got a question that just popped up. What's the question? No, what's the most dramatic thing you've done to something to avoid a phone call? I don't know. I don't tend to create drama. It's not a thing that I do. Just can't be bothered. Goodness. Get those diamonds, Ty. Thank you, Nick. I plan on it. One thing I see a lot on Twitch VRC, and honestly I don't understand, is the repetitive representations. What I mean is I see a lot of VRC streamers do similar things like others assuming to gain more attention. There's almost every base streamer on the VRC category. Yeah, no, definitely people will, 100%. I see a lot of stuff with Wiggles at the moment, and I'm absolutely riding that coattail. Like, on the latest Twitch streams I will so indulge in a little bit of Wiggles. At point 1, it's nice to get a bit of exercise, honestly, because, you know, I need to get some, my legs are starting to, what's the word? My tendons are starting to tighten up. I actually did yoga the other day. I swear to God, I never used to find yoga that difficult. And now I do. And I think VR has definitely been the pastime that's taken me away from physical exercise that I used to enjoy. And I would like to get back into that, but oh, damn, I lost that one. That would have been a valuable one as well. But no, you're absolutely right. It's tough. But I think people see a niche and they want to get in on that niche. It's very human. It's almost like, with this, I didn't just start doing this on VR chat. I think what makes me a little bit weird is you might have been one of the first people to do this on Horizon Worlds like 3 years ago. But now if you check my YouTube channel, you'll see my video history goes back very, very far. So yeah, whilst I'm now pushing myself to different platforms, and obviously now I'm in VR chat as well, I am just extending what I was doing in Horizon Worlds. And I'd like at some point to take it to other platforms. That's going to be one of my next things. That Banter is putting together a very similar avatar structure where you can largely just port avatars across into Banter, provided you've got the rights to do so. So I've been reaching out to people who make the bodies and the faces and saying, like, can I take these across to Banter just for personal use so that I can keep the same character, the same presence, and take it across to other platforms. And I'm really looking forward to that. Hoople Bath? Oh my god. Hey Ruby, how you doing? FBT, camera follows, reviewing fit, Spotify music optional. Yeah, so I don't use Spotify music. That's something you probably noticed. I do actually have a licensed library. I know how they do it, but I think they're all risking copyright strikes. But I actually license all the music that I play. So there's one difference for me. But you're right to challenge it. And I think, to be honest, it's the same thing as saying there's a lot of people playing Fortnite. Like, honestly, because that, for me, I find boring. If I go in and look at, like, the Fortnite or the, I can't even remember the names of these other games. Can you name some of these big shooters that are like, oh, sorry. No, I'm struggling. I'm coming out with absolute mouth garbage. GTA is another great example. You could say, like, why do so many people just stream themselves running around in their pants in GTA? Well, it's because people like to watch it, so you just give people a bent of variety. It's a good starting point. And once you go the finals, I'm not familiar with the finals. Please bear in mind, I'm not interested in those kinds of games, and so I have absolutely no attention span for them. Nor do I even really know what they are. I'm assuming the finals is another battle royale, possibly. It sounds like a battle royale. And again, that's not for me. But I think the thing that I love about this is I can travel around and just like talk to people. I can bring in, like, you see, you're not really seeing. This is a daytime show. This is me just freewheeling, right? But then later on the Twitch shows, we actually have audience participation. We do a lot of things like communal games, and I think what happens is people just like to tune in and play these sorts of games. It sort of builds a community. Like, don't forget, I've been running bars for years in Gatland, and what I'm now seeing that actually this could be a slight diversion from that, so we can run communities, but people can talk to each other in the chat. It's not the same, I appreciate, but not everyone's got VR headsets, and I think this is why a lot of these VR platforms are falling up, is because they realise that the people who do have VR headsets, there's really not many of them that are actually using them rightly. But phones, on the other hand, people are always on their bloody phones. Yeah, so I don't play PvP games at all. The closest thing I play to that is GeoGuessr, which you could argue is kind of PvP, because if you compete into points, you compete over points. I'm really not. I'm just trying to challenge myself. That I know running these sorts of games is a lot of fun. Really enjoy it. But yeah, you kind of have to have a hook, and I think it's something works and do it. Like, something I don't understand is bubble tea. I don't understand bubble tea. It looks cute and it's really expensive, and I don't actually think it tastes that nice. The milky stuff does, but then why not just have a milkshake? I don't need bubbles in my bloody milkshake. But yeah, it's just insatiably popular, and every shop on the high street is doing it. However, I will say, the smaller bubble tea specific shops do a really good job of it. But when you go into like the same cafe that's been there for years that just started buying some tapioca bubbles, that you're running the risk there of having a terrible bubble tea. And it's trends. It's nothing more than trends. Trends are a great sort of wave to ride of interest. Do I play Super Monkey Ball? I don't play Super Monkey Ball. Okay, Vinton, well, lovely to meet you. And listen, I'm sorry you've been through a crappy time recently, but I hope to see you again. Listen, I'm on every day, and I do run games on Twitch later at night, UK time. So stop by sometime, and maybe we can play some of these games together. We do have a lot of regulars that show up as well, so it's unusual for me to be streaming at this time. But I'm off work, so I'm making the most of it. Thank you very much for stopping by. Jay, who have we got? So, Super Monkey Ball in VR. Nickeloctopus, you've got to tell me more about this. Is there a game that's actually in here? Is it just called like VR Ball or something? Nope. So that's one last fish. Okay, so the Midas thing's gone. Oops. Oh god. Well, the frame rate on this is going choppy. I've got too much going on this PC. I think this PC is kicking out quite a lot of heat actually. I should check on that. Ooh. Yeah, let's check on that. Oh. Actually, it's okay. It's okay. We should probably move that webcam down here. Don't really use webcams anyway, guys, as you know. Oh. Nice. Is this VR chat? Yes. It is VR chat, yeah. Okay, right, let's go and have a look inside the volcano now, guys. So I'm gonna get down here. Boy, body tracking, I've got to pretend that I'm sitting, and I'm actually not. I'm just kneeling on the floor. See if I just reverse this boat, try not to crash into anything. Okay, now here is the inside of the volcano, guys. So, if I just park up here, I should be able to jump out. Lovely, okay. So there's a little doolally guy just here. Sorry about the lack of leg motion as well, that's intentional but looks weird. This guy sounds funny. So, I think it was something to do with diamonds, wasn't it? They were fighting diamonds. Well, there's loads of diamonds here. Can't I just steal one? No, apparently not. So, okay. I've got to go up the volcano, I think, and then find 2 diamonds. So that's how I understand it to work. This is definitely a volcano. Oh my goodness. There. Feel bright. Oh, hello, cheeky Chazza. How you doing? Fishy fingers. And Jason, how are you? Oh my goodness. Oh, we had quite a few people come in on TikTok. That's bad. Okay. Hello, everyone. So we're on top of the volcano. Gonna find out now. Is this even a volcano? See. I should have brought someone who knows what they're doing. Because I'm read. But apparently you gotta have three diamonds. 2 of them apparently you can find on the volcano itself. Though, are we expecting... Oh, Nick, I know... I don't bring people in on live streams, I'm afraid, Nick, but thank you. I'll be finishing up pretty soon anyway, but I will come and see you. What I'll do though, actually, Nick, is I'm gonna bring you into a... thingy. I love that you're still a cat as well, it's so fun. Get your big profile. Let's send you invite to a group. Oh, you already remember? Okay, well, there we go. Sorry, Nick. I will come visit you shortly. Good to see you online now. Keep forgetting you're in Korea, so you're on a different time zone, right? Oh, thank you very much for the heart, Nick. That's super cool. Hello, Otto. How you doing? Well, I'm not seeing the diamonds up here. Is this definitely a volcano? I mean, it must be a volcano, because downstairs they're talking about getting access to the volcano, but I was expecting a sort of a magma top to it. I don't know the question. What's the question, guys? Let's find out. What would you do with a completely free and unscheduled week with no obligations? Well, funny you should mention that. Because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So yeah, hello. That's what I've been doing. Stella here talking to you lot, apparently. Oh, hey SJ. How you doing? So yeah, this is the top of the volcano, which is not at all what I was expecting. I need to redo the texture on this t-shirt, because it's like, it looks great with the Iron Man thing, like, but it's feels like there's just no texture to it. It's like, it's just very white. And I've even got different designs for this, like, I'll show you. If I go back this way, look, bring that up here. We go, bear with me a sec. Oversized top. Let's just switch it. So if we go, I like this one. US. That's nice, isn't it? And then we've got, this was just completely Unvalley inspired. They're like, hi, I'm on Twitch. And that's my Twitch handle, if you didn't know. As if it wasn't already in the middle of the picture. But yeah, no, that's definitely, I should wear this more. It's like self-promotion. I don't know. But I've got another one. This is not good, this one. You ready? It's just terrible. Look, this one needs so much work. But I find I need to do the sort of occlusion. Oops, I need to do the occlusion layers on this. Because what I found is that it just looks bad. I need to come back and do the designs, do a proper job with them at some point. But I will. Yeah, I will. But there you go. What does it say? Follow me on YouTube. Something. Yay. Okay. Cool. Hooray. Let's just change that back to Twitch. So it's quite a nice crop top, this, because it's a little bit off shoulder as well. So it works quite well. And also it's a little bit, and I can't really get room for a small black cat on the boat. Of course I have, Nick. Also it's kind of like, it goes a little under as well. It's a bit cheeky kind of showing you that, but yeah, that does go. I really like this crop top, but it needs some better, needs some sort of what they call I think it's the occlusion layers, ambient occlusions. It basically adds a bit of detailing onto it, so I'll be doing that probably today at some point. Maybe I'll finally break open the, whatchamacallit, the thing, hang on. Substance Painter, that's the one, which I never use. And to be honest, I prefer to script. Oh, maybe I should just script it in Blender, actually. I have done ambient occlusion baker in Blender. Completely wrote it through AI, but that's not the point. I also need to look for a shorter hairdo as well, because this is beautiful, but this is really grown, man. But when I put this hair on last night, I was a bit like, oh, well, what have I done? But I just trashed my avatar, but actually, I can waste quite well. Hey, look, cool. Right. Here you are, Nick. I know, I just got an invite from me. Oh, you gotta do 10 squats. Oh, shit. I missed that, sorry. I don't get sounds when these things happen. I don't know why that's happened, but here we go. Squat time. Ready? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll stick it at the back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And back up again. There we go. Perfect. How was that, guys? Do you say oi? Oh, sorry. I used to get sounds on this interface whenever people did stuff, but I don't anymore. I don't know why not. But I know. All good. That's the squat done. Guys, I'm actually going to end the stream now because I'm kind of hungry. And I need ramen. I need spicy ramen. So I'll be on VR. I'll come out to play with all of you guys that are on my friends list. We'll set up a little instance somewhere, okay? So I've had to decline so many invite requests, but usually I leave myself on busy when I do that, but not today. But thank you. Okay. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful actually streaming to every single network at the same time. Who knew? Okay. You have to shut these down one by one, so first of all, TikTok, thank you very much to all the TikTok